Hi everybody, welcome to another yoga video. My name is Phan, and today I put together a flow that would be perfect for after all of your holiday travels. So we're gonna start off standing, feet a comfortable distance apart, and make sure that they look like the number 11. So if you tend to turn out your feet, try to bring the toes inward. Stand with your arms heavy, and we're just gonna take a deep inhale, circle the arms around a few times. Deep inhale in and exhale all your air out. And draw a few in the other direction. You want to feel like your arms, head, shoulders, and ribs could just float off of your pelvis up toward the ceiling. You want to find some lift and suspension here so you can feel that stretch in your upper body. Try to open up your shoulders, widen your collarbone some more, and then lower your arms down. Take a few neck rolls here. So you're just gonna tip your head forward, circle it around, back, and gently sway side to side in circles. You don't need to force anything here, just let gravity do the work. And again, continue to tune into your breath. And take a few in the other direction. So while we're stretching out our neck, maybe pay attention to what's going on with your feet. Try to press into all 10 toes at the same time through all four corners of the feet. So you feel weight distributed all across the foot. Bring your head to stillness, bring it back to neutral, and then we're gonna take a couple of side bends. So raise your arms overhead, grab one wrist, and then side bend to one side. Hold the stretch here for a couple breaths. See if you can breathe into your intercostal muscles right between your rib cage. Continue to anchor your hips, anchor your feet down into the mat so you feel some opposition between your shoulders and your hips. Then stretch the other side, grabbing hold of the opposite wrist. And again, continue to press through all corners of both feet evenly here, even though your weight is shifted to one side. Let the hips and feet be heavy. Shoulders stretching through the side body. Come back to vertical. Lower your arms and then stand at the top of your mat. We're going to take a few forward folds here. So inhale, raise your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Take a soft bend of your knees. Sway your hips side to side, knees side to side. Getting the back of the leg warmed up. Grab a hold of opposite elbows. Let your head and shoulders hang even heavier, allowing gravity to take hold. I really want you to press all 10 toes into the mat here with real active engagement. And I want you to pull your toes toward your heels, almost like you can scrunch up your mat with your feet. Then you can continue to hold onto your elbows or touch the ground so you have a little bit more of a stable base. We're going to rock our ankle back and forth, both ankles. So lift your heels up, set them down, and lift your toes. And again, lift your heels up, set them down, lift your toes. We're just going to do this a few times, stretching out the ankle after all the standing in lines that you must have been doing at the airport or waiting in line for the bus or anything like that. Traveling is a lot of waiting and standing. So we need to strengthen our ankles and stretch them out. Okay, then sit all your toes down, heels down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll your spine up to standing. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Reach your arms overhead. Now exhale, forward fold. Set your hands down. Walk into downward dog with me. And then you can pedal out your feet here. Press through the knuckles of all 10 fingertips. Let those ankles crack, snap, and pop. Shift your weight back a little bit more towards your heels so you really feel that stretch through the back of the hamstrings, through the calves, even pushing your ankles down if you can. Then lift your right leg up toward the ceiling. Open your knee up toward the ceiling, and then do a few hip circles here to open up that hip. Again, taking deep breaths, controlling the breath. And take 5 more in the other direction. I say controlling the breath, but really you also want it to feel effortless. So try not to force your breath in any particular way. Now, straighten your right leg up toward the ceiling and point your foot. With the foot that's on the ground, I want you to lift the heel up and lower it down. And we're going to do that a few more times. The top foot is not doing anything. We're just lowering and lifting the heel that's on the ground. So we're working that ankle. And take one more here. Set that ankle down. Bring the right foot down. Left leg this time. So take those knee circles with your leg. Just a couple. Continuing to let the breath flow in deep, even breaths. And take a couple in the other direction. Stay strong through the upper body here. Continue to push your ribs and your head away from the ground. Extend your left leg up toward the ceiling. Lower and lift that bottom ankle a few times. Pointing the left foot. Then step that left foot down. And then bring your right foot toward the top of the mat between your hands. Come into your lunge. Raise your arms toward the ceiling. And hold here for another breath. Feel that stretch. Pull your right heel towards you so you feel some activation through the hamstrings and the glutes. Maybe a little bit of a stretch through the front of the back leg. And then set your hands down. Take a twist to the right. Open up your chest. Take a low lunge here so you can set your hands down. Bring that back knee down. Lift your arms overhead. So this lunge can be as active or as passive as you want. So if you want a really active stretch, think of pulling your heel towards you and your knee towards your heel so you feel that traction of the legs toward each other and feel that lift through the inner thighs through the head. But if you want to just take a deep stretch, you could definitely walk your knee forward, walk your foot forward even more and really take that deep lunge, stretching out really the hip flexors on the back of the leg. So either way, whatever works for you. Then come back to down dog and do the other side. So left foot steps forward. Take that high lunge. Pulling that left heel towards you. Take your easy twist. Right hand is down, left leg is up, left hand is up. Low lunge, set your right knee down, reach up. And then we're gonna go right back into down dog. We're gonna take those heel lifts again. So raise your right leg up towards the ceiling, lower and lift the left heels down, left heel. So I wanted to add in a little bit more footwork and ankle work into my flows in general, but especially the one where I want people to do this after they've traveled a lot and been on their feet a lot, because the ankles are really important to strengthen when we are on our feet a lot. Then the heel can come back to wherever it was before, and set the right foot down. Left leg is up toward the ceiling. Lower and lift the right heel a few times. And then right after this, we're going to keep doing that lunge series. And we're going to do that series a few times just to get our body stretched and moving. Now set your left foot down. Bring your right foot up between your hands, high lunge. Easy twist. Reach your right arm up. Low lunge. Set your back knee down. Down dog. Step back. Bring your left foot forward. High lunge. Easy twist. Bring your right arm toward the left arm toward the ceiling. Low lunge. Down dog. Pedal out your legs here. And then we're going to take one more set of those heel lifts. So raise your right leg toward the ceiling. Lift and lower the left heel up and down, keeping the right foot pointed so that both ankles are engaged in some way. Set your right foot down, left leg up, lower and lift that bottom heel. Point your left toes, only so much that you don't get any sort of cramping in your foot or calf. Keep strong with the arms, pressing down through your knuckles, palms, fingertips. Set your left leg down, bring your right foot up, high lunge. Now grab a hold of your elbows behind your back if you can, or strap, just to open up the chest here. Lift the chest up a little bit higher, draw the scapula down the back. Easy twist, you can unwrap your arms, reach your right arm toward the ceiling. Low lunge, set your back knee down, reach your arms up. Or you could take a hold of your elbows behind your back again. Down dog. Left foot comes forward, high lunge. Wrap your arms behind your back. Take that chest lift, open your shoulders. Easy twist. Set your right hand down, left hand up. Low lunge. Reach your arms overhead or behind your back. Come back into down dog. Walk out your legs, take any sort of stretch you want here. And then in another breath, we're going to walk to the top of your mat. Now meet me at the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Lower your arms down. Now we're going to take Skandasana, so turn to the long edge of your mat, and then you can have your legs separated as far as you can. Lunge into one leg, the transverse lunge, and then allow that one leg to really stretch out open your wings, reach your arms apart. Feel like you could just hug the whole world in your arms. Lengthen your neck, open your chest, and walk to the other side. I like to go nice and slow so I can really feel that stretch in my legs. And we're gonna take a couple more of these, just walking back and forth. Go at whatever pace you want here. If you want an extra shoulder stretch, you can bind your hands behind your back, wrapping one arm around your knee, and then use that to open your shoulders even more. And I'm going to take one more Skandasana over on this side. Take your last Skandasana, and then we're going to come into a wide leg forward fold. So you can unwrap your arms if you did that, and maybe bring your extended foot in just a little bit closer, because we're not going to want to be that far apart for the forward fold. So shift your weight back to the middle, and then come back up to standing. Hands can stay on the hips. Then reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Then exhale, bring your hands behind your back. So we're gonna take that stretch again, that bind, lifting the chest up, and just breathe into it here. Feel as if you could just melt your shoulders away from your ears. Find that little bit of arch underneath the inside of your foot, pressing down to the pinky side of your foot, feeling energy going from the crown of your head down through the outside of your legs, and vice versa. Then unwrap your arms, reach your arms toward the sky. With a flat back, you're gonna hinge forward from your hips, then set the hands down. With a flat back, you can set one hand in the middle and take a twist. See if you can twist even deeper from the rib cage by using your hand on the ground to give that traction and that leverage. And then you can switch hands, take a twist on the other side. Continue to find that melting sensation with your shoulders, bringing them away from the ears. Then set both hands down. Walk your hands back so that they're in line with your feet, and take a forward fold. So you can round your spine, but continue to hinge forward from the hips as well, so you really find that deep stretch through the hamstrings and even low back. Now walk your hands over to one side, to your left side, and grab a hold of your ankle if you can, and then take a twist. So before we took a twist with a flat back, and now we're in a bit of spinal flexion. So our spine is rounded like a cat while we're twisting. And then you can go ahead and do that on the other side. So walk your hands over, grab a hold of your ankle. I'm grabbing my right ankle with my left hand and reaching my arm up. Bring your hands back to the ground in front of you. Walk them forward. Hands back to the hips. Allow the blood to start flowing back away from the head, and then slowly lift your spine back up. Bring your legs together. And then we're gonna come onto the ground on our stomach for Sphinx. So set your forearms down onto the ground. They can be shoulder width or even slightly further apart. And you want your elbows to drag in and lift your chest forward through your arms as if they were a gate. Lift your low belly off the ground and melt your shoulders away from your ears. See if you can find a little pinch of the shoulder blades right in the middle of your back. So not between your neck or even underneath your neck, but in the middle of your back here. Lift your chest higher from the back of your heart. I think that's a good reference point. And then just breathe. Take one last breath. And then relax. Place your hands directly underneath your shoulders. You're going to take a cobra. So I want you to push your pelvis down, squeeze your glutes here, lift your chest, and without actually moving your hands, you're going to drag the palms down onto your mat and back, just so you get a little bit more activation in the sides of your body and in your back. And then you can lower your chest down. Take one more cobra here. And see if you can lift your legs up, continue to squeeze your glutes and pull your belly button into your spine. Reach your arms back for locust. Inhale. And then exhale, reach your arms forward, lower your chest just a little. Inhale, lift your chest, reach your arms back. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, reach back. Again, you want to find that pinch through the the middle back. Shoulders are still melting away from the ears. And try to keep your chin close to your neck, close to your chest. So you're really lifting from the heart and not from the neck. Okay, and then set everything down. And we're going to take a scorpion twist. So you're going to continue to lie on your stomach and then bring your right knee, bend your right leg. And then the right foot is going to come over your left leg. So you're twisting from your lower body here. And then you can extend your left hand out for a little bit of support. And breathe into it. And then you can untwist yourself, bend your left knee, extend your right arm out, and then bring your left foot over your right hip to take that scorpion twist. Go ahead and untwist yourself. And then we're going to come to seated. And face the long edge of your mat. We're taking a wide leg forward fold now. So open your legs as wide as is comfortable. You're going to place one hand behind your head, and then one forearm comes down next to one of the shins of your leg so that you can take a side bend here. So, nice thing about having your hand behind your head, you can force your elbow to open up a little bit more and press your head into your hand into your head to widen the collarbones as if you're going to show off a cool necklace or a t-shirt. So you want to open up the chest here as you continue to fold over your knee. If you're looking for a little bit extra length through the side body, you can even lift your rib cage up toward the ceiling even more. Finding a deeper rainbow, a deeper stretch and arch through your spine. then you can lift your spine back up and do the other side. Set your forearm next to your shin. Press your head into your hand into your head. Twist your rib cage up a little bit more towards the ceiling and just take that side bend. Stack your spine back up. And then you can face the top of your mat again, face forward. And we'll take Tadasana, which is star pose. So legs are still open out, but the feet are now together. So you could try to press your knees down gently to open up your hips even more. Then you can grab your shins or your ankles, sit up nice and tall, and find that hinge from your hips first. So you're really bringing your low belly towards the mat, and then your heart to your feet or to the ground. So today's flow has been mostly about stretching and just finding movement in our body. I didn't want to incorporate too many strengthening exercises here because I want to give people the option to do that on their own time. Sometimes during the holidays, we have to remind ourselves to relax and take a break and recover for the days to come. So let me know if you like flows like this, and I'm happy to make more of them. Slowly roll your spine back up. And then straighten your legs out in front of you. We're going to take staff pose. So just to work on our posture a little bit, because that's always a good thing to do, especially if we're sitting a lot, sitting during our travels on the airplane, on the bus, in the car. So we need to just have a little bit of a reminder for ourselves on how to use our back muscles, especially down here in the low back, to sit up straight and maintain good posture so we're not always slumped. So fingertips are on the mat right beside our hips, and then I want you to push the ground away, try to straighten. Oh, actually, hands are behind the back, so you want them slightly behind the hips. And then push the ground away, lift your spine up even more, especially from the base of your spine. And just like before, you want to feel like your ribs, shoulders, and head could just levitate toward the ceiling. Draw your abs in a little bit deeper and hold the pose. So chest is still lifted. Fingertips are pushing our spine away from the ground, resisting gravity. Bring your head back a little bit more. Tuck your chin into your chest. So right now it feels like I'm really exaggerating the posture, but on camera it probably looks like, oh, she has good posture. And then relax. Now you can take a forward fold, so you can wiggle yourself onto the front of your sitting bones. Find that hinge to the hips first as you round forward. And then you can round through your spine as much as feels good. I have a pretty stiff back, so it feels really good to round my spine. If you have any sort of back injury, low back injury, then I suggest avoiding rounding the lower back. Continue to draw your abs in as you fold forward. That'll help you deepen the pose a little bit more. And then roll your spine back up. Now you can continue to sit where you are, but I'm going to turn and face the camera. We're going to do a fire log pose in a way. So you're stacking your shins on top of each other, but what I want to focus on is actually focusing on our feet. So like I mentioned earlier, the feet are taking a lot of brunt during the travels. So we're just gonna massage them out. So if you're not comfortable with doing this, you can do whatever you want here. You could take cat-cow, you could take a twist, but we're gonna get to know our feet a little bit better. So your ankle should be slightly off of your thigh here. And then use your thumbs and all 10 fingers to just massage the front and the back of your foot, the bottom and the top. I used to work in a nail salon, so I'm actually very used to looking at feet, and so it doesn't really bother me. And for the record, I did pedicures, so I got to know them very well. So don't neglect the top of your feet either. Massage the bottom of the foot, even the heel. You could use your whole palm here to just palm the heel and even palm the soles. Now, spread your fingers out wide and then thread your fingers through your toes. And then you can shift your ankle back and forth here. This is really good for stretching out the front of the foot or the top of the foot. I keep getting my directions mixed up for the foot. And then draw tiny circles here. For this, it's kind of difficult to kind of let my ankle go. I'm consciously trying to zap all the energy out of my ankle and just let it move as if I don't have any control over it. So try to do that if you feel like you're having difficulty drawing circles. Just imagine your foot is dead. There's like no energy in it, and allow it to move back and forth. Now you're gonna switch the cross of your legs and do the other side. So again, you wanna feel like your ankle can have room to move, so you have it shifted off of your thigh, and then massage the bottom and front of your foot. So this feels really good. It's something you can do while you're watching TV or your shows. I also like to use a massage ball. It's like a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball to massage the bottom of my feet. And I do find that I've had to do that more often. Maybe it's because I'm walking more, or maybe it's because I'm more active on my feet. I'm not really sure, but every once in a while it'll cramp up, and that's when I know I have to take the ball out. Okay, so you can use the heel of your hand to press into your foot, press into the ball of your foot. Spread your fingers out wide, thread them through your toes, and then you can shift your ankle back and forth. Draw circles. Let all the energy leave your ankle so that you can just move it in any direction in nice, smooth circles. Oh my gosh, this is so difficult. Okay, and then you can come to stillness. And then I'm gonna face the top of my mat again. You can, if you didn't move, then you're just gonna stay where you are, and take a supine pigeon. So you can lie all the way down first, and then cross one ankle over your knee. Bring your shins in, your shin, your legs, and hold the back of your thigh. And we're just gonna take this pigeon, opening up the hips a little bit more. And then you can switch the cross. So you can bring your right ankle over your left knee, hug your left thigh in, and then you want to think of pushing your right knee away as you pull your left leg in. Breathe into the outside of your right hip. And then when you're ready, take Shavasana. Extend your legs out onto the mat. Let them separate a comfortable distance. Reach your arms out to the sides and breathe. Allow energy to enter your fingers and toes. Start to move your limbs. Reach your arms overhead, extend your legs out even more and take a stretch. Turn over onto your right side, cradle your head in your arms. Find a seat on your mat. You can keep your eyes soft. Bring your hands to heart center, sitting up tall and proud. Be proud of yourself for giving yourself time on the mat and giving yourself some active rest. So sometimes it's really easy just turn off and just mindlessly watch TV and to nap. And those are good things too. But sometimes we feel more refreshed when we have to actively stretch ourselves out, allow our minds to relax and find a rhythm and flow through our breathing. So I bow my head to you in gratitude for joining me today on your mat. Have a wonderful rest of your holidays, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.